Hello, this is Spidey1958, and welcome to my Let's Play Pathfinder Kingmaker, episode 90. I think we're very close to the big boss, and I noticed some things I have to take care of. First of all, we have some negative levels on that person. So let's go ahead and do a restoration. I think that gets rid of negative levels. Okay. Let's try another one. I don't know how many they actually have. I thought restoration got rid of... It also dispels temporary negative levels or one permanent negative level. Okay. Try it one more time. Because it says it should work. But apparently it's not actually dispelling the permanent levels. So heal. Blinded, confused, dazed, defeated, diseased, exhausted, fatigued, feeble-minded, insanity, nauseated, poisoned, sickened, and stunned. Nope, doesn't fix that.
I'm listening.
Okay, and it looks like we need to redo this. Then you probably need to cast one of these on them. And you. And you probably also need to throw one of these on them. And one of these on them. Okay. Hopefully we should be set then. So let us enter this. This must be the dining room he talked of, maybe? Yep, I think this is the dining room they talked of.
Ah, a test of my abilities.
And apparently there are So what are these all? These are all greater zombies. Which I don't think hit hard enough to get through the stone skins, which is our saving grace. Because there's no way I can prevent them from encircling us. Okay, everybody, let's attack these. Wow, that is a veritable army of these guys. Okay. Is there anything else? Oh, there's treasure over here. Apparently there's something here on the table. blood, bits of brains, and bone splinters. That's not something good. Okay, let's see what's up here. Oh, it looks like treasure.
I do what I must.
Okay. Every time I think we're getting close to the boss, we seem to be getting farther away. Well, not farther away, but we seem to be a lot more to go over. Whoops. Tristan's voice drops as if being afraid of being overheard. The heart of the tomb. Vordakai is close now. Right, I can't wait to end this nightmare once and for all. Yes, it's time to finish this once and for all. You've been acting strangely ever since we entered this tomb. What's the matter? It is no matter, Jessica. This place, it feeds on doubt, fear, loss. If we were to never see each other again, would you have any last words for me? My last words for you, I'd say that you were my ally and my friend. I would always count on your support, and if it was within my power, I'd do all I could to keep you by my side. Ever since I met you, I've thought myself blessed to stand with a heroine such as you. For this blessing, it was not the gods, it was your strength, and for that, let us take faith in each other and purge the evil from this place. That does not sound good. He's not going to muck with my favorite cleric, is he? An ancient water elemental. They often disguise themselves as bears, as is well known. Apparently you need magic weapons to hit them. Or they have huge resistance, which I'm guessing they have huge resistance. And we need to get you to do one of these.
I still could this happen?
Come on.
Could this happen? A mere flesh wound.
That didn't go so well. And I bet I didn't save after that last big huge fight, did I? No, I don't think I did. That was foolish of me. It was also foolish of me of entering that room with the water elementals instead of standing back and fighting them one at a time. Which is what I should have done. Yep. Now I have to do the great big fight again. Because I didn't save it.
In due time.
To victory!
Really?
We will prevail!
Strike, my masterpiece.
Uh-oh. This time you are getting hit through. Need to stop giving him attacks of opportunity, so I think you need to switch to your magic weapon here. Not that I think you'll be any good hitting with it. Okay, you need to throw a spell on her.
To you.
Pays off.
She lost her stone skin. Put a fresh one on her. Okay. Let's get our treasure quick, and let's go the other direction this time. Since we have the feeling the big fight's up there.
I'm there.
Forget it.
Athletic skill failed. Really? Can we try again? Nope. Apparently we got one try. And that's it. So we have no way to get to that other side. That's not fun. Oh no, we got... No, there's nothing down here, right? No, there's something down here. Okay. Does she have... She does have a healing potion. Did we save? I don't remember if we saved. We're going to save again, just in case we didn't save. And it looks like all our other stone skins fell off. Whoops, all of us. Oh, let's do a different one. What makes you think, though? Have you been here before? What? No, of course not. But like all who follow Serene, I can feel evil in this place, thick like the stench of rotten decay. Is there something you're not telling me? I have shared all I can. Each of us has secrets and burdens we must carry alone, for the weight is not lessened in sharing them. So are your secrets yours to keep and share as you decide? You've been acting strangely. It's no matter just because the place gets on me. Blah, blah, blah. Same last words. Yada, yada. Okay. And then let's hold. And let's have you go ahead and shoot that. Apparently they're not entering this room.
Could this happen?
How did... Oh. Okay, you guys need to get up there, and you two need to get up there. You need to throw heal here. And she just died. These guys are just too tough to fight. Okay, let's all run away. Apparently they're all going to follow us. Okay, you need to do one of these. Oh, Knock Knock just died. I didn't even know he was up there. And you probably need to change your weapon. Yeah, you got the wrong weapon. Because I didn't change it. Okay.
Victory is inevitable.
And apparently she now died from a distance. I don't even know how she died. Apparently these things are too tough for us. We can probably handle one, maybe two, but we can't handle multiples. Let's see what we might be able to do out of our bag of tricks here. And this isn't even to the boss. This is just getting past these guards. Okay, let's do another quick save here. And
Give the order.
have you use your self spell there. And one of these. Okay, so you're full, so we're going to go ahead and do this. And then throw one of these. That's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do at all. We wanted you to throw one of these. And one of these. And then we want you to throw that. And then we want to open the door and run in here. All of us, not just you. Dang it. I am screwing this up a lot. Come on, all of you, attack. And she's already dead because she ran to the front of the... I don't believe I did that. You need to move back.
My masterpiece.
I'll survive. I always survive. I'm all right.
And we lost another one. This is why I normally play on easier levels. We're going to kick it down to even easier, because otherwise I don't want you guys to see me do the same fight 10 times. So let's kick it down to an even easier level. Because it's basically going to be, most of this episode is going to be the same exact fight. So, take it down to adapted rules, which reduces their damage by 20% and gets rid of their critical hits. Okay, so you need to throw that spell. And you need to throw that spell on them. And that spell on them. And you need to do this. And you need to do this. Then we need to do this. And then we select everyone and we attack the first one in there. Well, you come over here and attack this one. And they're not even all attacking us at the same time. You need to move to here and do this. Okay, getting rid of their critical hits made a huge difference. Okay. So let's do some healing and some repairing and stuff like that, because most of the people's stuff is gone. We are almost out of potions. Okay. Oh, I was looking at the wrong one, that's why.
My skills are absolute.
Oh, forgot about the bug.
never wrong.
Okay. So you need to do your last one of these to repair our main fighters. Okay. And I don't think there's anything on... Oh, and we need to save. Okay. There's a treasure there. Take that. That seems to be everything.
In due time.
I want to get these guys going the correct way. Apparently I can't do that because I can't click on the water. Okay.
I'm there.
I think this is the big guy. Oh, yep, this is the big guy. So unfortunately, we have to have a conversation with. In the dim light, unable to disperse deep shadows in the corners of the dark hall, you see a tall, angular figure, over half the height of a man. He is a giant with parchment-thin skin, clad in ancient clothes, yet he pays you no notice. He is studying a glowing vessel created in his hands. Craw! She is here, master! She came! O great Vordakai! The giant turns to you, and your attention is immediately drawn to the single eye in the center of its dried and dead face. An iridescent ball of dark shadows shimmering within the Cyclops' eye socket like abysmal fire. In the center of the spear is a dark spark of ominous red that seems to cut into you. An interruption! The creature's voice echoes, as if breaking down several chambers at once, or through many different selves. As the reverberation ceases, the dead figure answers its own question, and the answer sounds like a death sentence. Upon my reflections. I was pondering what to do with these pathetic creatures, Megarvan. The fool dared to claim the lands that belong to me. Can you see his soul? This emptiness of his vessel is all that rules now. The same fate awaits you. I kept Magar's body because I thought it might prove a servant, but no, your corpse kneeling before me will be of more use. I came to cleanse your evil from these lands. The real evil, human, comes from lesser races such as yours, corpse flies that feed on my ancestral lands. I've already begun purging the empire of your kind, and you will watch as I extinguish each one by one. Okay, you. Haste. You. Summon aid. Rest of you, do what's normal. Really? He fingered to death my mage before she could even get the bloody thing off.
This strike, my masterpiece.
What was that? Enough, Vordakai. Come face your deaths. I am the one who will sentence you. From a relic of a crumpled empire, a relic I steal. Curse you, Vordakai. Blinded by your fated power, I take your sight. Curse you, Vordakai. Thriving in your blind arrogance, I claim your eye. Ah! Tristan's silhouette holding the Oculus of Abandon is a stunning contrast, a terrible darkness against the shining portal. The cleric doesn't meet your gaze. His eyes are focused on the gateway. He speaks faintly as if lost in its light. I must take it. Forgive me. Don't, Tristan, as you said. Evil can tempt anyone. You're stronger than it. Fight it. I cannot, Jessica. It is not my will, but I am bound by a force greater than my own, and I must bring the Oculus. But I can destroy it. The ones who can't see evil will smite an entity that tempts others. The messenger of good, deprived of sunlight, gains the power to dispel the darkness. Dawnflower, healing light, merciful Sarene, your servant and champion, calls for you. Grant me the power to remove the last obstacle on the path of salvation. Grant me the courage to spare the world from the abominations that threaten it. A light blazes through the tomb. Tristan's hands become aflame with sunlight. He covers his eyes with his palm and utters a blood-curdling scream. Without taking his hands from his face, Tristan slams his heel downward, shattering the Oculus of Abandon beneath his weight. Tristan removes his hands from his face, and his blind white eyes stare past you. Now I can't see evil, O Serene. The price of faith is high. I shall never see your sacred light again. Tristan burst into a harsh laughter. The end of this nightmare. I accept your punishment, any punishment, just to have it end. Only one last shackle remains, and this is done. Tristan turns and vanishes into the portal. I'm sort of upset that I lost him. He was like my favorite person. Now I have no healing. And I can't do anything to him. My sight, my eye, gift these maggots, wretched, I'll slay you all. I have no raised dead. I have no healing. And no casting. After all I've done, after all I've achieved, after all of this trial, still I fell, and to whom? To a pathetic thing such as you. Worthless creature, proud in your ignorance, do you even realize what you've done? You've doomed Vordakai to oblivion and all power and secrets of the greatest empire ever known. Your pride and overconfidence have deceived you. Tristan cursed you, using your own name, your true name, that you were so proud of. Judge me. You dare pronounce judgment on me? Though there is truth in your words, this thief has tricked me, using the same tricks I used against you, and he took the greatest gift I ever received from my patrons, the demons. Well, will I have to pay for such negligence? What empire are you talking about? About the one that flourished in this world long before you came, human. About the one that's in its greatness outshined everything ever created by mortals since the beginning of time. About the empire whose last remaining son, great Vordakai, was destined to restore. We brought an era of enlightenment and prosperity to this primitive world. We created masterpieces, one your kind cannot even fathom. I was the one who shaped this thriving empire, and the one who was going to release it from the prison of time. But then you came and shattered any hope of reviving the greatest civilization of this world. Everything has its time. Your era, for good or ill, is over. Now it's time for another era. Submission and whimpering, the marks of your kind. There is no greater time than the era I brought to this world. I shall not surrender it. Tell me now, what have you done to the people of Varhold? Vermin, you came to my land, you raked the lands with their plows, pierced it with the stakes to prove their miserable shacks, desecrated the sacred tombs. First they tore my lands from me, then they broke into my sanctum and stole what was mine. I was enraged when I was awakened, but the Oculus of Abandon gave me the answers I needed. It calmed me, focused me. It was powerful enough to seize control over all who lived in that wretched settlement. They came to me one by one to be slaughtered. I fed upon their minds to make sense of this renewed world. The thoughts they had were enough for me to conclude the world is ready for my return. The world needs my return. You look at me as if I committed some blasphemy. Hardly. They defiled my land, so I defiled them in turn. And though I didn't want to limit my revenge, their souls await fate inside the same jars as does the soul of their arrogant leader. Your time is at an end, Vordakai. Farewell. Freed from the prison, the soul flies up in a flash of light and rushes towards the lifeless body of Makravarn. In the flash of released soul, Varkin collapses on the floor and falls still. As you watch, cracks begin to worm through the dried body, and his bones begin to crumble. Powerful enchantments that held his life within his shell lose their battle of time. In moments, Vordakai is dust. After this battle, Octavia has left incredible because I took it down to the easier level. And my cleric is now gone. So healing's going to be interesting. With most of my potions gone.
We should move.
But let's see what we have. Why won't you... Am I paused? Apparently it froze at the very end. Oh, there it goes. Where am I? How did I get here? Apparently that's all it'll say. A great sword. Let's look at the great sword. I don't even have anyone that can use the scrolls. We are seriously messed up. And now my only cleric is going to be... just really isn't going to be great. Okay, let's see about this two-handed sword. Frost Great Sword. Plus 1d6, 2d6. So it's not as good as that weapon, but it's better than that weapon. Because that one does a d12. Well, maybe it's not better. This one, it looks like they actually have the same weapon range. So it's not really any better. Okay.
Here.
I'm always ready.
For some reason, she can't use potions. I don't know what's going on there, but we'll have to figure it out later. Oh,
I'll take care of it.
she's paralyzed, isn't she?
It's time to act.
She is paralyzed permanently. Well, that's... And, of course, the only person that can unparalyze it was the cleric who left, probably. And... Is there anything you can do? Probably not with the spells you have. Because I probably need to remove magic, and of course the only person who could really do remove magic or curing or any of that sort of stuff is gone. And you can't take potions. Well, that went pretty horrible. Protection from law. Do I have a spell in here? Enlarge. Scroll of divine power. That doesn't help us. Acid arrow. Scroll of aid. Scroll of bane. Scroll of bless. Scroll of cure moderate, cure heavy. Scrolls of haste. Scrolls of whole person. Apparently I have nothing that dispels magic. Stinking clouds, shield, searing light, prayer, lightning bolt, wand of good hope, wand of freedom. Apparently I should be able to use that one. Will this actually work?
My skills are absolute.
At least for the temporarily. So we better get out of here pretty quick. And I think there's an exit back here. Because wasn't there another door that said it was an exit somewhere? I could have sworn there was another door. It was right there. Oh look, there's the dead bird, who has on it a wand of inflict critical wounds. And this looks like it's a treasure vault. Our search for an answer to the mystery of Varhold has come to an end. After learning of the horrible fate that befell the poor citizens of Varnhold, we headed to the final destination of our trip, a dark chamber hidden beneath Vorlin's throne room. As soon as we crossed the threshold, we froze breathless. The dark hall before us was shimmering with gleaming transparent vessels. The shimmering light of the souls imprisoned here dispersed the gloomy darkness of the tomb. Liquid shadows danced and twisted on the stone walls with every move of those bright little sparks as they beat against the interiors of their elegant, translucent prisons. And what did the Baroness do when she saw the cruel fate of Varn's citizens? She immediately began breaking the soul jars to free the imprisoned souls. And upon breaking the first jar, a bright flash of light heralded the imprisoned soul had regained its freedom. The bright spark flew in an arc over our heads and settled on the floor, and then, well, even my talent as a writer can't do justice to what we saw then. The freed soul was resurrected. In a heartbeat on the spot where the spark landed, a man clad in dusty peasant clothes appeared, an expression of utter shock on his face. The poor man was terrified when he came to his senses after the nightmare, only to find himself in the middle of an ancient tomb. It took no effort at all to free the others. With each new crash of shattered glass, new people appeared among us. Guards, fishermen, mothers, their children, farmers, drunkards, grumpy grannies, groaning gossipers. Long, short story, all the people who had been abducted by the oculus of abandon had returned. Oh, if only shattering the kitchenware also brought such joy and goodness. Alternating between lamenting, crying, and yelling for joy, the crowd headed for the tomb's exits. We followed after them, finishing yet another chapter of our heroic chronicles. Your grace, God's be praised, you're our Savior, you've rescued us. And now, just me, but my people as well. Whatever I can do to show you gratitude, Meagher pauses for a moment, as lost in thought, and then grunts. Too bad Sepal didn't live to see this moment. And Gunderson, he wasn't a bad sort, just impulsive. We'll mourn them, mourn all who lost their lives because of Vordakai. And then Meagher turns his attention to you. Turns to you at attention. Your grace, by the debt of blood, Von Hold and I now serve you. The cowards from the north didn't lift a finger to help me when I was in need, so I offer my sword to one who will. I'll head to your castle and wait for you there. A deputy will rule in Valhorn. I'll appoint someone trustworthy. Don't worry about that. As for the people of Von Horde, I don't think the town will remain empty for long. Being in those jars, let us say that it makes one miss one's appetites, including a warm body to share your bed with. I expect it won't be long before Von Hold doubles in size. And we're way over on time. And this is, I believe, the end of the beta. I'm really depressed about losing my favorite cleric. It's just, he went out gallantly, but it leaves me, if I was going farther, I don't know what I would do for a cleric, because my other cleric is not very good at healing. And I sort of got dependent on having a good healer. But maybe he'll come back in a later chapter or something. We'll have to wait and see. So as always, if you enjoyed this episode or this series, go ahead and give me a like or a comment. And if you disliked it, leaving me a dislike's fine, but please leave a comment saying why you disliked the episode. As always, this is Spidey 1958, and have fun gaming.